We travel a lot around the United States, so you can imagine we fly into many airports around the country. And we have some favorites and not so favorites. In this video, we are going to count down to our favorite airports while giving you some pros and cons of each. One of my least favorite two airports are in Dallas, Texas. If one of us is going to get stuck in an airport, it seems to always be in either the Dallas-Fort Worth or Love Field airports. I have had some really long layovers in these airports. I find them to be very crowded and unfriendly. But I have had some great barbecue in both of these airports. In the summer of 2022, Love Field was said to be one of the 10 worst U.S. airports for delays. And boy, has my family felt that. One time, it was so screwed up that my daughter got stuck there overnight. Then she was never put on another plane. So I had to rent her a car to drive from Dallas to Denver to get her here, or she was going to spend her entire vacation in Dallas. You would think they would do better due to Love Field being the hub for Southwest and the Dallas-Fort Worth Airport being the hub for American. But I still dread when I see I have a stop in either airport on my ticket, which seems to happen when I go to Florida or Georgia. The Dallas-Fort Worth Airport is the busiest of the pair, while Dallas Love Field is conveniently closer to the downtown area, but has fewer flight options. Another airport we are not fond of is the Kansas City Airport in Missouri. Just recently, we were stuck there for hours for a layover. We couldn't even find decent food. There weren't enough chairs for everyone, and we were packed into a narrow waiting area like sardines. At the time, I was in a wheelchair, and it was very difficult to find anyone to help me or to navigate the causeway by myself. Don't even get me started about the bathrooms. 2 stalls? Really? So this airport's really crowded, but they are building a new one, a new terminal.
Really small.
And that's the new terminal over there, and the facility's supposed to be a lot nicer. But this one is very small. There's not enough chairs for everybody.
I just went in the men's room, honey, and it was smaller than the telephone booth back at the other airport.
Most people don't even know what a telephone booth is. It's a very busy airport.
Thanks for waiting. Continue A31 through 60 if you have an A boarding pass.
Extremely crowded. Food is very limited here in this airport. I have hardly found any place to eat. This place isn't even open. The Santa Ana/Orange County Airport is John Wayne to us locals. I grew up down the street from this airport and have seen it grow from a mostly private plane airport to a very busy passenger plane airport. It was named John Wayne Airport when the actor was one of our most prominent citizens. It is small, but serves a very large area. If you are planning to go to Orange County beaches, Disneyland, Knott's Berry Farm, or any other place in Orange County, California, this is the airport you want to book. Word of warning: taking off from this airport is like taking off in a rocket to space. Due to the housing of some very influential people trying to limit the noise by taking off steep and leveling off over the ocean. At least That is the story us locals get. One airport I love to fly into during sunrise and sunset is Phoenix. I have caught some really spectacular views from the plane. We used to live in Phoenix, so we have flown many times in and out of Sky Harbor International Airport. Word of warning about 2 things. Renting a car at Phoenix Airport will be outrageous. They hit you with very high taxes and fees. They make the tourists pay for all their new city infrastructure, like the football stadium. At least they did when I lived there. My recommendation is to check out the prices of a car rental that is not located at the airport and Uber to it. Another warning is when it is very hot out in Phoenix. The turbulence are bad taking off and landing, but they level off the higher you are above the desert. If you are looking to fly into the beaches of Northwest Florida, aka the Panhandle, the Northwest Florida Beaches International Airport is a nice option. We were on our way to Panama City Beach to meet up with some family. We found the airport to be small, but the flight cost was very reasonable compared to other airports that service the area. This is so small, there's literally only 3 baggage claims. So this airport is extremely small. I judge the airports by how big the bathrooms are. And the ladies' room only has 4 stalls in it, just to kind of say how small it is. Get off the planes, and right next to the baggage claim is the rental cars. We have several options for transportation down to the beach. They are just right when you come out, so we've got all these different shuttle services. As you can see, there's hardly anybody here, so this is an extremely small and not busy airport. So the airport's a ways out from the town, and so we stayed at the Hilton that's out by the airport, which looks like the only hotel that's out there. So we could pick up a rent-a-car the next day. If you're getting in late, we highly suggest that. We didn't get in until like 10:30. Mr. Martini loves this airport because he is from Atlanta, Georgia. It is a very large airport, but we find it to be well organized, and it's all about the food to Mr. Martini. They have a lot more food choices here, and this is a very busy, very big airport.
So the Varsity Restaurant is a big drive-through landmark restaurant that sits across from Georgia Tech Stadium in Atlanta, famous for their hamburgers and hot dogs, milkshakes.
So if you're got a layover and you're looking for something to do, mosey down to C1, 2, and 3. It's at the end of the terminal, and you can actually sit here and watch the planes take off. Okay. What airport?
The Concourse Hotel we were at, Atlanta Airport.
Okay, so it was at the hotel or the Atlanta airport had the best grits?
Hotel.
The hotel. Yeah. So the Renaissance Concourse.
Concourse.
The Renaissance Concourse Atlanta Airport Hotel is a great hotel with fantastic views of the runways. And according to Mr. Martini, the best grits he has had in a very long time. I love flying into Hilo, Hawaii. You cannot beat the views. We were lucky enough to see snow and the observatory structures on top of the Mauna Loa volcano peak. Taking off early in the morning, we were treated to a beautiful sunrise, a view of the two tallest volcano peaks, and the newly formed coastline. When waiting for your plane, the airport has one of the most comfortable and pleasant places to wait. The airport does have some downfalls though. Food is very limited, and let's just say being nice and smiling is not their best attribute. I had one of the worst interactions with a clerk at the Hertz counter I had ever had, but let's just leave it at that. If you would like to see Volcano National Park, you can very cheaply fly to Hilo or Kona from one of the other islands. We came from Oahu, and it was only a 30-minute flight, so you can do it in a day. But I recommend staying the night so you have time to explore. So baggage claim, you actually have to go outside of the building to get to baggage claim.
Yeah, no, we have to find it.
You literally get off the plane and you are right where you get picked up. So as you can see, the ticket counters are all outside. And you know,
Open air. I wouldn't say that.
Yeah, it's open air. And it's definitely cooler here than it is in Oahu. So be prepared for that. Make sure you have a fleece with you. Oh, this airport is absolutely dead. There's like nobody around except a couple people behind me at the rental car place were flying out. Way down at the end is the security with nobody there. So there's Kilauea right off in the distance. So right there is Kilauea on the Big Island. Then we start to see Maui. Oh wow, look at this. Oh my goodness, it's so much warmer here. Beautiful. Never seen such a pretty airport before. Very pretty. Got this on one side and this beautiful garden on the other. They even have koi at this airport. I love how everything is like opened up. Like you walk down the terminal and it's all open up. I love that. So you have to walk quite a distance to get to the rent-a-cars from the baggage claim. So just be warned about that. There's no shuttle. You have to walk to the rental car center, and it's a bit of a walk. So this is about the only plug I could find in this entire terminal. So make sure everything's charged really well before you get here. So flying in the morning is great because there's not a ton of people here. But there are a lot of people, flying home early in the morning because they have a long flight, especially if you're going to the East Coast. But I do recommend that you do fly first thing in the morning. Our flight takes off at 8:45, and we don't get home until 10 at night, our time. Security was a breeze this morning. We went pretty much right through. So there wasn't a big line. It's kind of cool. You can see Waikiki from the terminal. So when you land, that all over there is the Waikiki and downtown Honolulu area. When you take off, it's like a moonshot.